Okay, sometimes your to-do list can get a little out of hand and panic strikes. At one point last year, my to-do list became overwhelming and I kind of gave up. I had to get some much needed rest, kind of give myself some time to procrastinate, and it was great. I think I got a lot of rest. I traveled, but now my to-do list has caught up with me. If you're anything like me, as someone who has a very overactive brain and a need to produce, you may be burnt out. Like at one point, it may become too much. So you need to find that balance to jump back into your routine without it being way too much for you. How do you do that? I am going to go over 5 ways to jump back into your productive routine, and Erin Condren just launched an essentials collection, so stay tuned at the end of the video so you can watch a little haul. It was a box sent to me by Erin Condren to show y'all, so I'm really excited about that. Let's jump right in. Tip number 1, clean up and organize your workspace. My workspace usually looks like this. It's cluttered, it's messy, there's something on every single surface. So the only surface there is for me to work is the floor. How many of you are like me where you find a lazy workaround for something? I know I can't be the only one, right? So today I am going to choose not to do this. I'm actually going to clean up my workspace. If you're anything like me, you get a little distracted if you are on your phone. So if you want, you can set a timer on your phone, but I have this lovely productivity timer from Erin Condren, and it's great for me to just time myself. I like to give myself a budget when I'm cleaning. Like maybe I will budget 30 minutes, because if I don't, I won't get anything done. I will scroll through my phone and just fall into that endless pit of just, scrolling through TikTok, which is not great. So I flip my clock around, my productivity timer. I make sure that I stick to the 30 minutes that I allotted myself just to be fast. And everybody works differently. I know that my brain works like this, where I kind of have to give myself time to actually get my work done, because if not, I'll just completely waste time doing other things that have nothing to do with cleaning. Because if you're anything like me, I very, very much dislike cleaning. So I'll find any and every single way to avoid it. But just by giving myself some time, I can get things done. Here's just a peek of the essentials collection landing on my desk. So excited to set them down. Yay, so much space for activities. I finally got my room cleaned. I am going to just turn on a candle and feel this space just become warm and ready for me to do my best work in my workspace. Tip number 2, calendarize your activities. This adorable Washi Tape Fan is so great to add things to my calendar. Calendarizing your activities will help you get so much more done. Last year, my husband and I didn't plan out our trips at all. We ended up missing out so much just because we were lazy. We just didn't plan it out. This year, we've planned out our trips and have gone out more during this first chunk of the year than any other time. So this is how I set up my calendar. I add my paydays, birthdays, things that we want to do at events, and I use washi tape for travel. We're traveling a lot this year, so my calendar is just full of things to do, and I have some post-its to kind of put temporary things that I will add to my calendar before I actually add them on, because stickers are more permanent than sticky notes. And so this is how I set up my activities, and I try to do them ahead of time. Like my friend visited, I added this since like December when I knew she was visiting. I write and get to-do list of things that I will fill out at the beginning of each month. This process has worked for me so well. Tip number 3, make a to-do list the right way. Sometimes creating a to-do list to just get rid of all of that mental clutter is the best thing you can do to just be productive. And this is my best way of just getting whatever is on my mind on paper and finding solutions. I don't know about you, but sometimes I have so much on my mind and it keeps on just adding up. So just putting it on paper helps me. And I like to make to-do lists that are organized and make sense. So I used a list marker from Erin Condren. I am really loving these gel pens. I have my to-do list and a highlighter system that kind of says how urgent things are. Like green is for non-urgent, pink is super urgent, and yellow is okay. Red is for things that I have to prepare like right away. So what I do is I highlight all of my very urgent items and then other items that are like, okay, well, these things can wait. I do it this way so I know what's urgent, what can wait, and what is kind of like in the middle. I leave that to the end. This journal from Erin Condren is so great. The layout is perfect for you to add a to-do list, some notes, and you can use this in many ways. Like I've seen other people use it in some incredible ways. But what I do is I take kind of like my to-do list of most urgent items and write those urgent items down in my notes in kind of like a little mini action plan on how I am going to achieve this. Because without actually any action, you don't know how to proceed. So this system has worked for me, like just highlighting my items. This is all thanks to Mrs. Dahl, my 7th grade literature teacher, who taught us how to like highlight our priorities. So I really like this system. And the bottom box here, I like to use to write a quote, a motivational quote. For me, motivational quotes are like what keep me going. And I love the book Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert and all of its quotes. So I kind of wrote one of my favorite ones here. And yes, maybe it's counterproductive. Like, why are you going to waste time writing a quote? It makes sense to me. Right here, you can write a list of things that you actually accomplished. So you got your to-do list, highlighted your priorities, give yourself a mini action plan for the most urgent items, and then you're going to write down what you actually accomplished from your to-do list. And that, my friends, is how you get a more productive to-do list. Tip number 4, create a planning system that motivates you. Sometimes just planning things out is all you need to get on the right track, to get more things done. And it all depends on the type of planner that you are. You really have to find the system that works the best for you. Like take a daily planner, for example. You can write the time you work on things, your to-do list. I don't know, maybe drop a quote down here. For me, color coding in my daily planner works a lot for me. It motivates me to get things done. I can use colored pens or highlighters. And you can be like as intricate or as simple as you want to be. Some people like a horizontal layout. Your horizontal layout allows you to get things down, and maybe your brain works this way. Some people like to use washi tape. Just having a decorated planner sometimes can help motivate you. Adding a color pen, lists. It all depends on what you enjoy, what works best for you. For me, my favorite way of planning is just the vertical way, where I have one day, and in the morning, I will highlight the most important thing I have to do that day at the top. My to-do list is at the bottom, and I love going really heavy on the stickers. As you can see, they just keep me motivated. And even though it seems like, oh my gosh, this is so complex, this is so intricate, it's actually how I unwind, how I relax and get excited for the things I do, as little as they may be. sometimes you can just create your own planner, right? You create your own layout that works out for you the best. Like in this case where you write down like what's going on for the week, your schedule, an important goal that you have. Sometimes all you need is a to-do list. You just grab a piece of paper and a pen and just go on in and write down what you need to do for the day or for the week. And that works. Whatever works for you, just plan it out and you'll be more productive than you could have ever imagined. Just simply by finding your system, finding your place, and enjoying it. Enjoying it is the most important part. Maybe you're a digital planner. Maybe you like to use to use sticky notes instead. Find your system and definitely comment down below what you enjoy the most. Another thing that really helps me is using up all the pages in my planner. Like here, I plan out everything for the entire year, and every month I give myself a kind of what I want to do in that month, like a theme. And also, even if I don't plan every week, I will plan out my months every single month. Here in this overview page, I have a theme for each month, and then in the month I use stickers to plan it out. Even if I don't plan out every single week, my monthly view is always set, and that's important for me. So find what you love. Tip number 5, practice time management. Time is such a valuable resource that is so often wasted, and it's because we just don't know how to manage it, how to use it wisely, because we're so often distracted. I know that is the case for me. Sometimes the easiest way to manage your time is knowing what you're going to be doing at your certain times of day. Take some time before you get started on your work to plan out your activities. A lot of people skip this step of just planning things out and just go about their day because everything is so urgent, right? We live in a world that is so fast-paced that you need to just get things done. So if you work in a very high-stress environment, like you'll just jump into your tasks, but giving yourself, I don't know, like 3-5 minutes in the morning to just plan things out makes a huge difference. I mean, this can be on your Google Calendar where you're time blocking. For me, sometimes just writing things down, a little note on what I should be doing at a certain time is all I need to know exactly what I'm going to be doing. And of course, things always come up, but it helps so much to just manage your time. Now, I am going to send this lovely box that the Erin Condren team was so gracious to send in. It's the Erin Condren Essentials collection. Everything will be linked below. Let's jump right in. So these are all of the items, and you've seen me use them throughout the video, but I'm just going to go through them carefully for your review because this collection is really adorable. Like, I'm loving the spring colors. I absolutely adore this washi tape dispenser. I'm going to get more of these because you stack them up. The notebook, everything you saw in the video. Some things I didn't really use, but I will definitely be using a lot of. These scissors are just absolutely gorgeous. The ruler and this washi tape fan, oh my gosh, I loved it. I loved every single thing in this box, and I can't wait to show y'all. Let's get started with the pens. I'm just going to use this notebook that I have from a previous surprise box so we can try out these beautiful pens. I wasn't prepared for how much I liked these double pens at first during this haul. You could see me kind of struggling to use them, but when I got writing all of my headers for the video, I really enjoyed them. I really like the look because I don't know if you remember as kids when we would actually put two pens together, we would create these really beautiful designs. And now these pens are together and they have 2 colors. I absolutely loved how they look. And I think these are great for like headers in your journal or your planner where you're just using them for the titles. I love them. I will say you can't really write for a long time with these. So if you were like planning to write a journal entry with these, it can be a little bit tiring. So I would just leave them for headers because you kind of have to coordinate the lines a little bit. But look how gorgeous this looks. I don't know if you can see both colors, but it just looks so beautiful on the page. And this is what it looks like. Oh my gosh. If you have a more beautiful handwriting, it'll look nicer. My handwriting looks like a 3rd grader's. Now I am going to use these fine tip highlighters. I absolutely love them. I love a good highlighter, and these come in these beautiful pastel colors. Sometimes I do prefer a chunky highlighter. My font is very large, so these were a little too thin, like if you're going to highlight over something. But if you're going to be using this as a header, they are beautiful. Like they're perfect markers. And they're vibrant enough where you can still see them. Like using them as a marker rather than a highlighter, that is like perfect. You can definitely do that. These colors are just beautiful. I can really see me using them in the spring. Some of them are very vibrant and some of them are pastel. So I'm enjoying them. And there was no space for this one, the seafoam. The seafoam one was probably my favorite. I'll be using that so much. This is what it looks like. These colors are amazing. 9 out of 10 for these highlighters because the colors are beautiful. They're such great quality, but they're a little too thin sometimes to write with. But, you know, I'd buy them 10 times over because the colors are just so beautiful. Now, the gel pens. These gel pens like really take me back. I think Erin Condren really wanted to hit the nostalgia right now because these gel pens look like the ones that I used when I was in elementary school. And I love that. Again, they're a little thin for me. I mean, I feel like you can get a little bit tired writing with them for long periods of time. But the way the gel was dispensed on these was amazing, and the colors are something else. Like the colors are very different to other gel pens. They're kind of like vibrant muted colors, if that makes any sense. So I actually ended up really enjoying them, and I think like I could use it to write in my journal if I'm not going to be writing a very long journal entry. So I really enjoyed these highlighters. This productivity notebook, I absolutely loved. I'm like beyond in love with Erin Condren's notebooks, like the soft bound. I have a ton of them. I use them as journals, and at one point I had a soft bound, like, oh, this is back in like 2017, that I used as a productivity notebook, and I created my own layouts daily. Like some of them looked like this. It's insane how far they've come, where they've created a bunch of different products that are already ready to use. I love this so much because I used to use these as productivity, and now you actually have the layout and you have the bookmark and this beautiful design. I love it. And then there are these post-its, like the tabbed sticky notes, and I love this that you can just stick this in your planner, and you can put it in your A5 planner, coiled planner, or your regular 7x9. I actually really like this for my A5 daily planner because I have my other dashboard in my 7x9, and this actually makes sense. Like sometimes you just need to highlight very important days, and these tab sticky notes will do great in here. This is their new home now. And then you have these other tabbed sticky notes that don't have a dashboard, but they are so cute. Like you can add them to add your top priorities, to add a quick to-do list, and they would look great in this productivity notebook. This looks so cute. And the sticky note is more sturdy than you can think. Like if you put it in here, it'll last forever. I love it. Now I have this Washi Tape Fan, and as soon as I opened this up, this reminded me of paint samples, which I absolutely love. I used to play with paint samples as a kid, so this is really, really fun for me. And I actually got to using this right away. As soon as I opened it, I immediately started putting things on my wall calendar. So it is so much fun to use, guys. I feel like Erin Condren is coming up with these like really kooky, cute items. And then of course the Planny Pack, the ultimate Planny Pack. I love these. I collect these, and they're so practical to take in your purse anywhere, even without using them functionally as a Planny Pack over your notebook or your planner. But if you do, like, it makes sense. I love it. If you're on the go, this Planny Pack is so adorable. They're such good quality. Like, even if they get dirty, you can just wipe them down. I've had a Planny Pack that I've had in my purse for years on end. I think since they launched them, I don't know, 6 or 5 years ago, I've had it sitting in my purse and it looks brand new. And then there's this washi tape dispenser. I didn't know how much I would like this. I struggle with my washi, with the storage of it, and this is such a great solution. Like, you just kind of pull this out and you place your washi, of course, all of my Erin Condren washi, you place it through the rod this way, so you can just have it ready for when you're planning it on the go. And I can see like how much time this can save you, because you just have it on your desk, you just rip off a piece. Like for me, I'm always rummaging through my washi and always trying to cut the pieces. So this is a great thing. And I saw the Erin Condren pictures, like they actually stack these. So if you got like 3-4 of these, you can stack them on your desk and you're all set. Like, you can put your favorite washi on there that you're like your go-to washi, and you're all set for when you're planning. I absolutely love this item. It's probably one of my favorite in the collection. I will be using this functionally and definitely even get those like extra levels. I love it so much. And then of course the productivity timer, which I don't know that I'll be using like the 1 and 3 minute side of it. I do like the 5 minute though, because I know I can flip it around and give myself like, I don't know, like 20 minutes to work at a time. So I really love the 5 minute clock, and just the design of this, just putting this on your desk is so stylistic. Especially, you know, my desk has all of the Erin Condren colorway on it. I have like that dusty pink, and it looks so great. I love how it looks on my desk. I love Erin Condren rulers. I had one, like the most famous one that they launched like a few years back, and I get so many compliments on it. This one is so gorgeous, the purple and pink hues on it. I know that I'll be using it so much. It's so beautiful. It's a little bit thinner though, because if you remember this ruler from Erin Condren, it was very thick. So it depends on what you like, but it is thinner than the previous one. And I don't know if they have the previous one on their site. It's so beautiful too. But this new one, like the colorway on it and the gold numbers, is so cute. And then these scissors remind me of vintage scissors. My mom is a seamstress, and I remember her using very heavy and thick scissors like this to get great cuts. So that reminds me of it. These aren't as heavy as my mom's scissors, but they remind me of that. So very, very warm memories. Just remembering my mom working on her dresses and for her customers. And this cuts so well, so elegant too. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm wishing you the best to jump into your productive routine. But remember, balance, rest is key. If you enjoyed any of the products, they will be linked down below. I do get a little kickback for any of your purchases, so I appreciate your support. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more planning content to help you stay optimized and organized. Watch this video next. Bye!